Hello and welcome. Advanced apologies. I'm working on what this is going to be called because I don't know yet. It's just kind of some just reflections of life right now. Welcome and hello again to those who have known me from my YouTube platform or social media or personal life. Hi. And welcome to those who've just discovered me through this here platform. I'm not sure how I'm going to be posting this, probably just YouTube until I decide what I want to do with it. This here child does not have a name yet, and so we'll just kind of bear with. So I will introduce myself for those who don't know me and kind of give a deeper dive to those who may know me somewhat. So I'm Shavonte, and I am a mother of two wonderful, beautiful, crazy-tailed little boys. They are so much of me, and they're just amazing little boys. They're very resilient. They both have unique medical complexities that I will talk about with both of them, but it's never a dull moment because of that. And I'm so sorry. I thought that I took my phone off of vibrate. So they have complexities that make life definitely interesting. They keep me going, and so we will discuss them and having medically complex kids. That'll definitely be a topic that I cover on this thing. I don't know what it's called yet, but I am a social worker / life coach, but I am not practicing right now as far as life coaching because I'm a person that feels like I kind of have to have something figured out for myself. But I have beautiful people who have poured into me to say that they give me permission to be imperfect and still help others. But that's to be continued. We'll see how that goes. I'm a social worker. I work every day. My title is not social worker, but it is always social worker. And so we will talk about that life and realm as well, because it's a complex realm. My therapist is also a social worker, and of course we do two different jobs, but we have a lot of things that intersect, and it gives us a good commonality and bond that I enjoy. Yes, I have a therapist, and those social workers and therapists out there who may be listening, they probably have one too, and if you don't, you probably need one. That's just my take on it all. You probably do need one. I am also a wife. I have been married for 7 years. Has it been 7? Yes, I've been married for 7 years. And right now, my husband is in prison. So, we are together, and I am a solo parent right now. So I'm a mother, and it is just myself until he returns. And he suggested that this, be something that helps me in a therapeutic way of just kind of being able to release some of the things that I want to release. And so, yes, I will touch on my husband. He's definitely still active in my life, and he comes up in conversation with many folks, and so that is, he's a part of my life. And so yes, I am a wife as well, and I'm a human. Like, I'm just a human going through some things, and so that is something that we will definitely be diving deeper into, because no matter what avenue or realm or title I hold, I'm still just a human trying to figure it out. That is like my favorite thing to say. I'm just figuring it out. If you know me and anybody asks about what I got going on, I'm like, I'm just trying to figure it out. And so we will talk about a lot of different things, but I think that just the purpose of it is just transparency. I think that there is a genuineness that comes from being able to just talk about where you are, and where you are, not where you've been. It's definitely transparency and a vulnerability that comes with talking about where you've been. But when you can sit in it and be like, this is it. This is where I am right now. This is what's going on with me today. And not talk about like a year ago, I was this and that, and now I'm not. I think that those testimonies are definitely inspiring, but I want to bring to this a realness of now. It's not something I went through last year. Well, I was going through last year too. But this is not something that I've, experienced last year or years ago, where I have a then and now, subway picture of myself. Like, this is what I'm going through every day. And so I want to kind of bring that genuineness to you all, to just kind of, give you all my truth. And so many of those topics will be about, parenting, solo parenting. It will be those medically complex kiddos of mine that I love so much. Mental health, and how it's a struggle every day, but it's a path, it's a journey, and we'll unpack some of the things that I talk about with my therapist sometimes. I think that it could be helpful to kind of get some of that out, and honestly, just life. This will be just me discussing my life and being able to just kind of release some of this. My husband felt that this was a good idea, and so did my therapist. And so it's something I'm gonna move forward with. And this may not be everyone's cup of tea. I may not be everyone's cup of tea, and I'm okay with that. But if you want to ask questions or offer support, I want this to kind of be a community, because what helps me is to help others. That double dopamine. So however this needs to look, I kind of like that we're just going to figure it out as we go. But what this will not be is the tea, gossip, and things of that nature. Like, this will not be like what folks feel like they can run back and tell. It's not a secret where my husband is. Some people just may not know, and he's okay with me discussing this in this way. But what we won't talk about is his case, or where he is, or even how long he has, or things of that nature, because most of it is not pertinent to my journey, because this is honestly a journey of self-discovery right now, and it started well before he left. And I'm sure it's going to continue when he gets back, because I'm still working on myself. So honestly, this is me working on me out loud, with many of the parts, being something that I would like to put into words. Words have power, and I think that speaking into myself is going to be helpful, and I hope that it can help somebody else as well, as I move through this. And so this is just an introduction. I'm going to give you all, as best I can, what I have. And sometimes I don't feel like I have much. Sometimes I don't feel like I have much of myself to give, or my energy to give. I don't feel like I even restore sometimes enough to turn it over and pour into anyone else. But what I'm learning is how to refill my own cup so that I can pour into others. And that is a primary piece of kind of where I am. So again, this journey started long before the as we call the presenting problem. What was the presenting problem? And it's allowed me to kind of dig a little deeper within myself when I have the time, because we'll talk about time and how that works. We'll talk about support and what that looks like. We'll just have some talks. I apologize ahead of time if I say 1,000 times. I've recorded this multiple times, and I promise you all, you gonna get this one. Yeah, I just thank you all for the support. And if it's not something that you feel that you can support, that's fine too. I still thank you. Until next time, thank you. Thank you for your presence on this earth, and more to come. Bye.